Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Happy Healing Whole. It's still Manifestation March, and today we are going to talk about mean girls. Come on, let's keep it real. True tea, massage noir, and misogyny has nothing on a mean girl. And today on this episode, we going to talk about them. Y'all ready? Let's heal. I mean, from shade to flat out sabotage, navigating female social interactions, it's like a jungle. You step everywhere, it's booby trapped, it's dangers seen and unseen. Literally the bane of our existence, whether in our family, our workplace, wherever we are, mean girls and their pettiness and their catty behavior really it's a buzzkill. It takes us backwards. It pulls us back from a place of healing. And today we are going to talk about how we are going to stay safe, sane, secure, and confident, regardless of the attack of the mean girls and adult bullies. I'll start with a story time. So, I was friends with someone who was a covert mean girl for about 20 years. And we've been in numerous group chats together. And we've always seemed to be experiencing our lows at the same time. So our relationship was very active. When things changed for me and I began to get happy, suddenly our relationship changed too. I'm not sure if I truly paid attention to her mean girl behavior and the way she would do divisive things because for everybody knew she was sweet as pie. And that's how they get us. We all think that they're sweet as pie. Why they silently judge and gossip behind our backs. See, suddenly, I didn't realize how much she gossiped with her other friends until I became more active in her friend circle that I wasn't really a part of. I mean, they knew I existed, but once I became active in that friend circle, I began to see a different side of her that was very messy, catty, and petty. It's hard because I'm a person who, when I do friendships, I do accountability partnerships. So whatever you want to ask God for, I, for whatever reason, probably doing the uttermost, but I hold myself accountable to ensure that you get those things that you desire. People don't understand why that's so important in relationships. It's because iron sharpens iron. And it's quick and I'm okay with my friends checking me. Mainly because I believe that when a person says they love you, they should be able to correct you in love. I mean, that same friend had already said that the real reason I was struggling in my love life is because I wouldn't stop dating down. I mean, I could have taken that offensively, but it was the truth. There is a risk to dating down, and I understood it when she said it because I knew she said it from a place of love. But once I checked her about the way that when you are critical of others who are in the place that you want to be, that is why God does not bless you, she did not like it. I find that as women, specifically black women, we go through enough that we don't need to catty, tear down, or compete with one another. Really, you shouldn't be doing it, period, because humanity has enough issues. We really don't have time for the negativity. So when I decided that it was time for me to check that behavior because I was tired of being the brunt of her jokes and I was tired of her judging and playing every black woman except for herself, our friendship ended that day. But thankfully, I was already prepared for it. And in a way, I had already started to see the mean girl behavior that I'm going to talk about in this episode. So, the only way you can master a person who is your opposition is by first learning how they think. That's the basic thought of the art of war. And I am a master at the art of war. Learning how people think can also demonstrate to us what their intentions, their motivations, and honestly, what their next steps are. It's very much chess and not checkers. So let's go over why they are the way they are and how they think. 1, they're deeply rooted in insecurity. So many people wake up and they don't like themselves in the mirror. And so it's like, well, if I don't like me, I'm going to make time to not like you. Funny how that goes. For me and a normal person who is secure, it's like, well, if I don't like myself, I know that if I pour something positive out in the universe, it's going to come back to me. So many people aren't growing because they won't stop grumbling. They won't stop judging and, doing negative things to others. That's why they don't go far. The next thing that I notice in the way that they think is that they have a desire to always have and be in control. See, mean girls will sit up on, a lot of them are amazing social media people, and they'll sit up there and act like they're all innocent when behind closed doors, they're very controlling. And that desire for control is why they enact and go all out on their mean girl behavior on whoever. They also have low EQ. That means they have low emotional intelligence. They lack self-awareness, and whatever that they feel that they should have that you do, they feel entitled to. So they're going to tear you down to make you question it and give it up because they feel like you don't deserve it. It should be theirs. They have a fear of rejection. As much as they reject people, they're ultimately afraid that people are going to reject them. Imagine that. Imagine being so insecure and have such a desire for control and feel like you can reject people, but the reality is that is your worst nightmare and your worst fear. That's why mean girls are the way that they are. Sadly, you can't help but feel sorry for them because they are all full of baggage and past trauma, and they just project it on others. Why on earth would you want to share that? Come on, sis. Share your peach cobbler recipe, okay? Share the secret for the good weave. I love my braids from Amazon, by the way. Share those kind of things, not the pain. See, the incessant need that we have that because I went through it, you should too. Because I'm not happy, you should be too. This need that misery has to have company has got to stop. And mean girls are the main ones that perpetuate that madness as a means to stop others from enjoying their lives because they're miserable. And why on earth would you do that? Even in the story time, our relationship could have been salvaged if she would have reached back out. Maybe not to the level it was, but at least we would be acquaintances. But she'd rather garner the attention from being a victim because I'm the girl who has it all and everybody's going to believe that I was mean because I was strong when the reality is all she would do is make me the brunt of every jokes. Treat me like a lackey. Not care about me or celebrate me in the ways that I deserve to be celebrated. And don't get it twisted. Mean girls don't just do it to one person. If you pay very close attention, they do it to everybody. But we all naturally feel sorry for them because they always have a victim mentality, and it's usually rooted in past trauma. It's just facts. Now that we revealed them to be the monsters that they are, how in the world do we cope with it and maintain our sanity, safety, and our security and confidence? Well, one, ignore them. Let them is what Mel Robbins says. Let them be mean. Let them isolate you. Let them cut you out. Let them judge you, because the reality is this: people like that don't belong in your circle anyway. A lot of times they are blockers. Think of an airplane. We're on planes. I love to travel, okay? But planes can't land with baggage and things on the landing strip. When you have mean girls and negative people in your circle, they're in the way of your blessings landing. They just are. And the way they affect us, that secondary baggage that they cause because of who they are, also blocks us. Prime example. That last final conversation we had, all she kept saying is where my mindset is, I can't take you checking me, pretty much. Your mindset is not my responsibility. While you were telling everybody else how you were hurting, you weren't telling me. And even if you did, after a while, I would have held you accountable to come out of that some way. And that's why I had to let her. And then I began to rise more and heal and enjoy other things in my life without having to be miserable too. Next, be assertive. Put down the boundaries and also use your voice as a means to let people know that everything isn't for everybody. Your baggage does not belong to me. Only the things that I'm assigned do. Do not take things personally. It's not about you. That's why it's the first agreement of 4. It's the first thing that we have to realize, that everything that everyone experiences, even if it has to do with us, is about their level and way of knowing, their way of being. That is why we have to make sure that we do not take anything personally. Which leads me to my next one, which is probably one of the hardest coping mechanisms, which is don't match that energy. See, everybody wants to match energy, right? Oh, I'm matching energy, but it's always negative stuff. When are we going to get to the place where we match the positive energy? Because the positive energy is what keeps the positive flow. Matching negative energy, all it does is bring about more negative energy, more negativity. And honestly, we're tired. We're tired of the negative things. And besides, and hear me clearly, no one should have the power to puppet string you or degrade your level of vibration. You're not getting revenge against them. You're only adding to your own baggage and pain. Let them have it. Because what's so amazing about not matching energy is, after a while, they either experience with themselves or karma, which is the only place that I've ever seen in science and religion has the same result. It comes back. Not worth you matching that energy. And my favorite one, which is why we're here today, heal. Move on from the adult mean girls in a way where they know that your moving forward is because of them. And they can continue all the social isolation that they want. They can continue all the sneak disses online or anywhere else. Keep it up, because I'm not matching you. I mean, one could say, oh, well, you're filming this episode, so you're matching. I'm not. I have finally gotten to a place where I have healed from it, that I can talk about it in a real way without getting choked up. Because experiences like that, when you realize your close friends are mean girls, it's hard to believe. Because why? For me, I had to repent for how I upheld the mean girl beliefs, or if I suggested mean girl things, or if I participated in it, because I too was broken. We've all had our mean girl experience. And it's okay. It's as I said in earlier episode. The goal is to balance the scales. Help heal as many people as you've hurt. Once you learn the lesson, it's your job to minister the things that you've mastered. I'm not sure if you'll ever really master mean girls, but what I can master is me and how I respond to it and how I feel about it and what they do to other people. Here are some affirmations that you could use to work through mean girls. I am confident. I am more than enough. Nothing that anyone says defines who I am. My opinion of me is the only one that matters. No one else's insecurity will govern me. No one else's baggage will I continue to carry. Allow them to be their own company to their own misery. Affirm yourself in just that. Because mean girls want you to question yourself, because then they have won the control and power that their insecure selves seek to gain. And regardless of what their mindsets are or how miserable they are, they cannot change or block anything that the God that we know and the universe that we live in and we accept energy from they can't stop it. They cannot stop it. So do not give them any more power. No longer will whatever they have going on be something that we consider to serve us. We should dedicate our lives to continue to heal from the things that are actually our things to heal. And sadly, it's their behavior. But let them be exactly who they are, just without you. Now, I hope in this episode you've learned a few things about how to navigate the jungle and the booby traps and the danger seen and unseen of those mean girls. Because there is nothing that anyone can do, even to them, that will block the things that we deserve. We are going to continue to manifest. But like I said before, our surroundings and the mean girls have got to go. We're going to clear our landing strips. My apologies. We're going to clear our landing strips so that our blessings that are looming above us can land. Let's heal.